Rowan Radio 89.7 WGLS FM. Joe Stauffenberg here alongside Brandon Herson, Gary Ertl in our WGLS studio as the Profs are now being announced to the New Jersey City faithful. Back to the starting lineups: DaRon Curry, Nick DePersia, Rob DePersia, Ramon Wright, and Deontay Baugh. An interesting group of guys that have been together for a couple of years now, and finally getting to this NJAC Championship final. The first time for the starting lineup, first time for everybody on that team. An opportunity to do something that hasn't been done, Brandon, in 20 years, and that's win the NJAC.
You know, Joe, I wasn't even alive then when they won that year. I was born in 1999. So this is a long time coming for this Profs team. And of course, like we said in our pregame show, this team is especially hungry to have a great group of guys. And, you know, when they step onto the court, they bring high energy, especially with a team player like Rob DePersia, who is just such a significant leader all season. And he's such a team-first guy. And then you have his brother, Nick DePersia, who can just pour it on from three. So they just have so many special players on this team. And, you know, just really hoping that they can bring home the NJAC Championship tonight.
Rob DePersia also getting up there in three-point percentage as well. Second in the NJAC at 41.7. As now the NJCU Gothic Knights are being introduced. Once again, the starting lineup for the Gothic Knights: Shaquan Worthy, James Richardson, James Julius, Yuri Brutus, and Sam Toney. And that's the guy you're going to look out for, Brandon. Just like we said a little bit in the pregame, the junior from Plainfield, New Jersey, Sam Toney, is going to be the guy to watch for NJCU.
Yeah, and on the season, Sam Toney's averaging 16.2 points per game. He's shooting 39% from three. He has a 42% field goal percentage, and he's 82% from the free throw line. So he's a big-time scorer for this NJCU team. As we mentioned, he was the NJAC Player of the Year, so you know he is their go-to player, especially when they need points. So coming down the stretch, if this is a close game, you can expect the ball to be in Sam Toney's hands late in the game.
It's going to be a great matchup. I would think that you'd have Ramon Wright, arguably your best defender, going at him one-on-one all game. The Profs like to switch up their defensive matchups too, maybe go from man-to-man to a 2-3, maybe a 3-2 here and there. But I think majority it's going to be a one-on-one tonight.
Yeah, and you know, Ramon Wright is certainly capable of defending any player he puts his mind to defending. He was the NJAC Defensive Player of the Year. You know, both inside, outside, he can do it all, especially when someone tries to take him in. His shot blocking ability is just absolutely elite. And then if you blow by him, you have his partner, Deontay Baugh, who's ready also in the paint to block any shot that's coming in. So, you know, that's going to be an important key. And not to mention that both of the Berger brothers and DaRon Curry are very capable defenders themselves.
Profs tonight in their all-gold uniforms with the white right around the waistband and the Rowan across the front in brown with brown numbers as well. NJCU uniforms with all white, the gold around the bottom of the short, green around the waistband, all white with green numbers and green letters across the front that say NJCU. 2018-2019, the NJAC Championship final. Last NJAC for the Profs, 1998. Last NJAC for the Gothic Knights, 2010, 2011, right off the bat. A whistle. As they're going to do the tip-off once again. The Profs get it, and we are underway here in Jersey City, New Jersey. Ramon Wright over to Rob DePersia at the high key. Nick DePersia thought about a screen. He got the defender reaching as a floater is good. What a way to start the game.
Little fillet off the backboard. He got the defender to jump in the air on his pump fake since he's such an elite shooter and drives into the paint.
On the other side, it is a jump ball.
Profs wanted to travel there.
And I think they should have got one, as I think it was Brutus that was going inside as Curry knocks a pass out of bounds as Worthy will inbound. Worthy trying to find something inside, finds Julius on the near wing. Will take a screen. Curry's going to take him one-on-one as he stops at the elbow. Curry goes up, got the foul, as actually be on the floor, not a shooting foul.
Julius was trying to back down Curry there, try to use his size advantage and get to the paint a lot easier, but he got DaRon Curry in the air with that pump fake.
As NJCU will try to inbound once again to the NJAC Player of the Year, Sam Toney. Ramon Wright is on him as he goes right in. A block by Ramon Wright. They got the offensive rebound as Nick DePersia gets the second opportunity as it was no good. Rob DePersia, the 2-point lead for the Profs. They only got the 2 points as last touch by the Profs. Rob DePersia put up a shot. It was high off the backboard. It hit off of, I believe, Deontay Baugh as it goes out of bounds. A quick inbound by the Gothic Knights as you're about a minute into play here on Rowan Radio. Drop off pass to Richardson. Richardson, free throw line floater, no good. Baugh with the rebound. Here's Nick DePersia. It's a 2-on-1. Wright and DePersia as Wright's going to spot up for three. Bounces, high arc, no good. That could have dropped. That would have been phenomenal for the Profs. Couldn't get the friendly roll as Toney is going to go right at Wright. Wright's going to foul. And unless they got Baugh on the initial shot.
One of the dangers you run into having Ramon Wright guarding a special player like Sam Toney is that he can easily get Ramon Wright into early foul trouble. And, you know, Ramon Wright being one of the best players on this Profs team, is he's in foul trouble earlier in this game. It's going to affect you coming down the stretch, and you certainly don't want him in foul trouble because you need him out on the floor.
Luckily, it was Baugh who had it, though, as 2 for 2 at the line. The NJAC Player of the Year, good. 2 all as 18 and a half left to go here in the first half. Profs versus the Gothic Knights here for the NJAC title. An alley-oop, and it was a block away by Julius, who went up. They tried the alley-oop. I don't even think it would have been a dunk, but it would have been a layup as Baugh got fouled. Baugh went right to the line as they were trying to say that it was on the shot, but referees think otherwise.
Yeah, especially if Baugh was in the air and you had the contact up there, you would think it would be on the shot, but for some reason they did call it on the floor.
Unless they got him right before he went up for the alley-oop as they finally get it in the Baugh. Baugh over to Nick DePersia. The ball sails way over the head of Nick DePersia. I think he thought that he was way past the
half-court line.
Half-court line, yeah, and he wasn't. He was right in front of him, but, I mean, if Nick DePersia was 6'5", I think he would have got that one.
And sometimes in these big games, you know, energy gets the best of you, and you just overthrew him.
Quick walk by the Gothic Knights gives the ball right back to the Profs. Brandon, we saw a lot of that in the women's game yesterday, and I think it's more of just an anxious feeling of you have the ball, you want to drive as quick as possible, but you forget to dribble.
Yeah, and sometimes you just need to slow things down. You know, this is obviously the championship game, so there's going to be some nerves coming in, but you just need to play to your ability and stay within your game.
As before the drive by Wright, he got fouled. Made a pretty floater go in.
A little Curry-like with that floater, you know, after the whistle, just kind of throw it up there.
2 all as 2 minutes elapsed here in this first half. Pass up to Nick DePersia as he gives it over to Wright, to Curry. Curry's going to drive in, get some contact. The layup, no good. Here comes Toney. Give to Richardson. All the way over to Worthy for 3. First attempt, no good, as Nick DePersia had the full rebound. They're going to say no call as he got ran into. Profs do get the defensive rebound. Wright goes on the other side, and a little slam for 2.
Yeah, Wright leaked out there early. got ahead of the pack, and he slams it home.
He reads it so well when he can find space. They get it to him as driving in, using the Euro step, no good by Richardson. Rob DePersia bringing things up. Ramon Wright will stop at the free throw line. Over to Nick DePersia. He's open. 3, no good. Something that the Profs have to be careful of. The Gothic Knights won't go away no matter how big your lead is. As got Curry streaking just behind the play. Denzel Banks knocks down a step-back jumper.
And Denzel Banks was their leading scorer when they took on Ramapo last game.
As Nick DePersia lost the ball, and above the pass, way ahead, is Nick DePersia, Rob DePersia, getting banged around, and nothing's being called.
Yeah, and that's a lucky break for the Profs because you had 2 defenders on the floor, and NJCU had the advantage going down the court, and just luckily they overthrew them.
4 all. Rob DePersia bringing it up. Will stop, drop it off to Curry. Curry has both that ability to drive, but also take it himself. Right, inside the ball, turn around, but the ball got stripped. Great play there by Worthy as it's inside and underneath the basket. Up and under, good. Yuri Brutus with 2.
Wow, what a pass by Worthy. He saw the defender pressing him. He forgot his man and did a behind-the-back pass to find the open man under the paint.
Wright will drive in. Out to Rob DePersia now for 3. That one is good. They're in the lead right back to Rowan. 7-6. 4 minutes elapsed here. There's already a lot of action as Rob DePersia comes up with a steal. Leading the break, thought about a 3, kept his pivot foot and passed it to his brother Nick. Nick loses the ball as Curry couldn't get it as the Gothic Knights get a steal. Finally, Curry tips it. Last touch by the Profs as it heads out of bounds.
Little disagreement between the refs on who the ball went out. One saying it's out on the Profs and one saying it's out on the Gothic Knights.
Timeout is called, 30-second timeout. We're gonna keep things here. And Brandon, there's been a lot of fast play, a lot of quick play, a lot of sloppy play from both teams. 15:33 left to go in the first half. Profs only have a 1-point lead.
Yeah, and both teams are bringing high energy to start this game. They're running all over the floor, diving for loose balls, and that just shows how much this game means to both teams. And one thing I've noticed about NJCU is that they are a very good defensive team. They have a lot of athletic players in the starting lineup, and one of the things they like to do is press outside, high out on the key. They like to get into the offensive player's face, and that's how they create easy turnovers.
Last game against Montclair in Glassboro, once again a 95-86 victory against the Redhawks to get them into the NJAC Championship final game. Converted 70% of the free throws, and that's also going to be a crucial factor too. Rowan hasn't shot once from the charity stripe. The Gothic Knights twice made both of them. Tariq Robinson's in for the Profs. Over corner 3, no good. As an offensive rebound, putting it up as Thomas, a jump ball, will go the way of Rowan.
That's going to be Tariq Robinson who got that jump ball. What a great defensive play by him as he checks in. Also another senior on this team, so look for him to make some great efforts throughout this game.
Nick DePersia over to Curry, back to Nick DePersia. Will spot up for 3, bang! 4-point lead for the Profs. 5 minutes elapsed here in the first half. Fist up for Worthy as he's trying to get a play through. Thought about spotting up for 3, finally will. Instead, it's a pass over. Shot no good from Pierre. Profs get a rebound. Up to Rob DePersia, couldn't control it. It's actually finally to Curry as he gets some contact, but he's going to go to the line. It's a it's a charge.
Not sure if the NJCU player had his feet set as DaRon Curry was trying to take it inside with a one-on-one. but of course the ref saw it the other way, and an absolute great effort by the Gothic Knights player right there.
It was tough to see too because that restricted area is big. Looked like he was a little bit close to the basket, but nevertheless the charge stands. Gothic Knights have it. Checking in, Green. That one's up and good.
The Gothic Knights employ a press when they're trying to inbound the ball, so that's going to create some problems for Rowan trying to inbound the ball.
Dickerson, who checked in for Curry, as he's got 2 fouls. Dickerson will drive in, get some contact, and lost the ball. It's a one-on-one with Nick DePersia as Banks will bank it in for 2 right off the glass. 10 all as an interception. Banks had it. I was going to say a foul on Nick DePersia. Yelling at somebody. I don't know if it's from the profs or it's one of the referees, but a little bit of miscommunication there sends the profs into a little bit of a frenzy.
Yeah, they're a little upset on the floor right now because the Gothic Knights are all over them to start this game, and of course you can become a little frustrated when that's happening.
As another timeout will be called. 30-second timeout, once again, keeping things here. As that's going to be the Prof's second timeout used so far into this game. Brandon, we're not even halfway through this first half. Unusual to see from Joe Crispin to use 2 timeouts here.
Yeah, you know, it's a big game, and you don't want the Gothic Knights to get out to a huge lead. Of course, it's 10-10 with just a little over 13 minutes left to go in this first half. So you just want to kind of settle your guys down, you know, and just tell them that they need to stick within their game, and especially kind of give them some tips on how to inbound that ball since the Gothic Knights are employing a hard press.
Like I said earlier, no matter how big the lead is, this Gothic Knights team is going to keep charging at it and won't give up until they finally have it. First game that these teams played were here in New Jersey City. 76-68 the final. The Gothic Knights took that one back in Glassboro, 84-80. Rowan won, so a split matchup. Right now this is trying to break the tie for the NJAC final. Talk about stakes. Outside last touch by Rowan as they try to get to Sam Toney. This is also the 125th meeting known between the two teams. Records are 62-62 as driving in, stolen away by Rob DePersia once again. Rob DePersia leading things down court as drop-off pass Nick DePersia. Three-pointer, that one rims in and out.
It's a terrible feeling you have as a player when you see that ball roll around the rim and then back out.
Knowing that you had it in there and there's nothing that you could do as that one just rolled out as a three-pointer, no good. A rebound by the Profs as it's still rolling around. Tariq Robinson jumped over a night but fell down as the last touch will be by the brown and gold.
Yeah, the Gothic Knights are all over the offensive glass right now when you have huge players like R.J. Thomas down there, down low, stands at 6'6", 250. So it's going to be a hard fight for the Rowan big men tonight.
Inside as I believe they're going to get Robinson on the foul, who was getting pushed by Yuri Brutus, putting his backside right into him. Trying to get some space away from him as well. Fresh 30 as a three-pointer up and no good. An offensive rebound. The initial shot was green as Toney will go up. Missed the bucket, but we'll head to the line for 2.
Yeah, like I just said before, the Gothic Knights are all over the glass right now. And if the Profs don't do something about that, it's going to be a long night for them because they will just keep crashing and crashing. These are very athletic players for the Gothic Knights, and they won't get tired on the glass.
Toney at the line. Already cashed in 2. They get 3. 3 for 3 on the night already. Sam Toney missed a 3. Is 0 for 2 from the field as that one's good as well. 2-point lead by the Gothic Knights. By 2 made free throws there for Sam Toney. Still running with it. Rob DePersia, he lost it. And Worthy saying, that's my bad on fouling him. Rob DePersia was running right next to the ball, got fouled, poked away. A little bit of ball control is where the Profs are struggling a little bit. Spinning around, give to Wright, putting it in for a slam.
Rob DePersia going down the baseline, saw the cutting Ramon Wright, feeds him for the slam dunk.
Eyes in the back of his head, puts the Profs right back in it, all tied up at 12. Over to Banks. Banks, long two. That one's good. Lead right back to NJCU.
Banks has an excellent mid-range game. We've already seen him hit a couple so far. He likes to take you off the dribble, drive a little bit, and then hit a little step back.
Wright has it after a pass from Rob DePersia. Wright going to the top of the key. Dickerson back to Wright, inside the Carney. Carney over towards Nick DePersia, but again, I don't know why everybody thinks he's a little bit taller. Nick DePersia only 6 foot, a little bit taller. He would have able to catch that pass. Unfortunately, couldn't dare coming from Carney.
Like you said, if he was 6'5", he might have been able to grab that. But Carney was getting double teamed down low, so created pressure for him to try to kick it back out to the open Nick DePersia and just overthrew him. Vereen
in for the Gothic Knights. Along with Green, Banks, Tony, and Brutus. Wright got a finger touch on it. Tried to get it a steal as Nick DePersia takes a well-deserved seat. Had the tough couple of minutes as Legler's in. It's Legler, Carney, Wright, Dickerson, and Rob DePersia. Inside as Tony was fighting with Legler. And that was a good foul, too. Gave Tony a little shove at the end before the shot. Had no opportunity for him to at least make it.
What gives Tony such an advantage down low, especially on smaller players guarding him. He stands at 6'4", 220. He is just a huge player and has great athletic ability. And of course, he is always going to be on the glass. So it's just a tough matchup for any player on this Profs team.
1-1. First one good for Tony. He gets rewarded with one more.
Tony shooting 82% from the free throw line on the season, so also a very good free throw shooter.
Here in John J. Moore Athletic and Fitness Center, Coach Charlie Brown Court, as it's called. Second one nails as well. It's a 4-point game in favor of the Gothic Knights. Wright on the near side will head to the right as a pass to Rob DePersia. Will spin, try to get away from a defender. It was back to Rob DePersia. Slick pass to Wright as he went in, but I believe Rob DePersia got fouled on the baseline after giving it to Ramon Wright.
And a lucky break for the Gothic Knights, because if they didn't get that foul on Rob DePersia, he had the cutting Ramon Wright ready to slam it down again like they did on the previous play. And if you can keep running that play, you're going to get the same results every time.
Pass inbounds to Carney as Rob DePersia will take a screen from him. Out to Legler, fired away, in and out once again, and rebound by Connor Dickerson. Dickerson getting trapped in the far corner as he finally gets it away as Rob DePersia to Legler. Thought about another three again as he was fouled. The step-back jumper was good, but didn't count.
And Legler, of course, a player that can pour it on from anywhere on the court. He has terrific range and a great three-point shooter, and especially down by 4 right here. If he can get that jump shot going, he's going to be deadly tonight.
Green comes in for Wright. Exactly 11 minutes left here in the first half. Out to Green. As the inbound pass goes to him, it's Rob DePersia, Green. As the floater airballs. He's out there along with Carney, Legler, and Dickerson. As a pass outside, Banks thought about a three instead. Passes over. Vereen wasting some time off the clock. Takes a screen from Pierre. Still has it. Goes inside with it with Green as a rebound to Carney. Thought about a home run pass to Dickerson. They got quickly double teamed by Pierre and Vereen as Rob DePersia getting some contact. Will head to the line for 2. after the missed bucket.
And Rob DePergia has shown the ability all season and throughout his career that he is great at drawing contact. He likes to take to the right side of the basket, and when he does that, he is a smaller player, so he likes to lean into the defender's body a little bit, get them reaching over him to try to get the block because they think since they have the size advantage, they can get the block, and he's been great at that his whole career, and he showed that that last play.
DePergia nails it. Wright will check back in for the Profs. So just about a 30-second break for Wright, as they won't send anybody into the paint, as Rob DePergia will nail his second free throw. It's a 2-point game.
Think they were confident he could knock those down?
Oh, absolutely. One of the NJAC's best in that department. Out there, Green covering Richardson. Richardson trying to back down on Green. Three-pointer, good. NJAC Player of the Year with that one. Sam Toney, three-pointer, 5-point game. Rob DePergia will pass back to Legler. Carney thought about a three. Will drive inside as he got fouled.
Good break for the Profs as they drew the foul on Carney. If there was no foul, that pass would have went into the backcourt. It would have been another turnover for the Profs.
Carney at the line this year. 72%, 18 attempts, made 13 of them. They're only going to put Nick DePergia right near the elbow as that one nets for the big man.
And Carney was huge in that last game against Montclair State. He came off the bench and nailed a couple threes. He was also big down low and shot blocking and grabbing boards. So you want to see him do that again here tonight.
Nailed it again. Early on, Nick and Rob DePergia, both the leaders in the points department. Both of them have 5. Vereen has been taking a long time with the ball. Every time he has brought it up, as he's taking Nick DePergia one-on-one. A timeout was called by Toney with 17 on the shot clock. Toney was getting a little upset with a couple of his teammates on that one, probably trying not to get their perfect play set up. The 30-second timeout, keep things here. 9.5 left to go here in this first half. 19-16 in favor of the Gothic Knights. If you're the Profs, you don't want NJCU to run away with this one, Brandon.
Yeah, especially you don't want Sam Toney to get it going. He already has 9 points on the night, 1 from 3 from field goals, 1 of 2 from the three-point line, but he is 6 of 6 from the free throw line. And the part of the reason is because he is attacking the basket down low and he is picking up these fouls left and right. And not only is that going to give him a chance to add points for the Gothic Knights, but it's also going to get Rowan into some foul trouble. So you want to try to contain Sam Toney going into this game.
Wright, Nick DePergia, Connor Dickerson, Austin Carney, and Ryan Legler. Excuse me, Green in there will be in there instead of Dickerson. For the Gothic Knights, Worthy, Brutus, Richardson, Toney, and Haddock. Jeff Haddock was the one of Rowan players transfer here to NJCU. Has been big for them, especially beyond the arc. Inbounded to Haddock. Legler's taking him. Pass over to Richardson. Richardson once again taking some time off the clock as it's now 8 on the shot clock. He's going to drive in. Matt Green playing some tough defense. Pass over, mid-ranger, no good from Brutus. Profs want to try to slow things down here as Legler taking his time going up. Pass over to Wright. Wright inside the Carney. Great backdoor play for 2. Now only down 1.
Great cut by Carney as he had a little bit of a smaller player on him. Used that to his advantage, rolled to the basket, and Ramon Wright with a great pass.
Out to Haddock, thought about a 3. Takes a screen just inside the 3-point arc, and that one can't rim in. Rebound, Nick DePergia. Immediately looking up. Great court vision as Nick DePergia will pull up and nail the 3 2-point ball game. Rowan taking the lead right back.
No hesitation from Nick DePersia right there as he ran down the court and just pulled that thing.
One of the things that you admire, the ability to really bang it from three, but the ability to see the court as well. As the three-point attempt no good. The tip-in wasn't good as well. It's a rebound by Rowan. Got the defender off his feet. The three-pointer no good. Nick DePersia with a great fake. It's a 3-on-1, not in favor of the Gothic Knights. That's who's going down the court. Layup, no good, as they get an offensive rebound. Out to Tony, a pass to Haddock. As they'll slow things down, Worthy has it. Over to Brutus. Brutus will pass out to Worthy. Worthy going to try to go in on Green. Great defense as... was Worthy on the ground as the athletic training staff, one of the members of it, will come over as soon as Worthy gets right back up. I don't know if it was a knee or an ankle, but he's now tying the right shoe. I'm assuming that's going to be the foot that he hurt.
Yeah, usually when you do roll that ankle, you always tie your shoe as soon as you get right back up. Try to, tighten that shoe so it won't happen again. But Worthy, a big-time player for this Gothic Knights team as he plays a little bit of the guard position. He's always facilitating, trying to get things going.
7 fouls for NJCU, and that was number 8 for Rowan. 21-19. 7:53 left to play here in this first half. Once again, the NJAC Championship final for the Profs. It's been 20 years since the last title for Rowan. Try to get it here as the officials going over to Mark Brown, his 12th season here in New Jersey City. Just going over and say he has to come out for at least a minute or maybe at least the free throws, but he's going to take a seat. The officials going over to head coach Joe Crispin, the fan base for NJCU, trying to talk to Matt Green. I think he's getting him fired up over there too. Could either be a good thing or a bad thing with that, Brandon.
Yeah, I think that's the baseball team over there in the front row right there. And, of course, they're going to support their fellow athletic team. Great program the Gothic Knights have here. Have a lot of fans showed up here tonight.
It's packed.
Yep. So do the Profs. The Profs fans traveled very well, as they always do.
The only really light section is behind the Rowan bench, but I think for at least where we are right now in Jersey City, about almost 2 hours from Rowan, still showing out for it. All knotted up at 21. 2 free throws nailed. Nick DePersia up for Wright. Ba, Legler, and Green in there as Wright finds some space on the baseline. Couldn't put it in. Legler going one-on-one with Julius as he hit the deck. Now DePersia will check in as the ball is hit out of bounds by Rowan. Rob DePersia will guard the inbound. Worthy with it. Over, three-pointer, no good. It was a rebound, tipped away by Ba. Green finally got it. He will go in and put it up, put it in for 2.
Great play by Matt Green. Slowed his body down as he took the one-on-one, adjusted his body back to the basket, squared up, and made the layup.
7:12 left to go in the first half. Worthy with it on the far wing. Trying to find somebody around Rob DePersia. Instead, he's going to go right at him. Thought about a 3, takes a screen. Julius had it as the three-pointer up and good from Richardson.
Yeah, and if you're Matt Green right there, you cannot, leak off of Julius right there. He's a good three-point shooter, and you don't want them to pour on those threes.
Nick DePersia over to Rob DePersia. We'll take it at the high point. They're going to give him some space, too, as Tony with some great defense, but an even better play from Rob DePersia, floating it in.
A little shake and bake on the outside. Took the
and a block. Get it out of here by Wright.
Wow.
Right on the other end, after coming up with a block, goes right in for 2. Your best offense is your defense, and he showed it right there. Ramon Wright with 2 more points.
Especially with the left-handed layup, just an extremely athletic play from Ramon Wright. And like you said, defense is leading the offense here for the Profs.
The near court, Richardson will go in after a couple of screens. Baugh had his hand up, but the float right over his arm will go in for 2. Rob DePersia will drive in right on Worthy. Couldn't get it, as we're going to say an over the back foul. And it's going to be Baugh.
I believe that's going to be Baugh's second foul. Or third foul now, so he's definitely into a little bit of foul trouble with just over 5 minutes left to play. And you're going to need him in the second half, so I wouldn't be shocked if he did not come back here in the first half and he's ready to go in the second. It's a big loss for the Profs, too. He used a great presence inside with elite shot blocking abilities.
1 and 1 for Tony, and keep putting him on the line, Brandon.
Yeah, and he just keeps knocking him down. He's now 7 for 7.
Made 8 for 8 there. 8 points coming courtesy of the charity stripe. 8 of his 11 have come from the free throw line, as now the Gothic Knights have a 1-point lead. And we knew this was going to be a back and forth game right from the start, as Nick DePersia will get it to Wright. Wright will take Pierre one-on-one. It will go right in, floating it up, no good. An offensive rebound by Carney as he puts it up and in.
Yeah, Carney coming in from Baugh, and of course, he's going to have to try to replace Baugh down low, and he does a great job grabbing the offensive rebound and putting it back up.
Something that this Profs team has is size. Worthy in the near corner. Rob DePersia's giving him some space as he doesn't get Rob DePersia to bite. Richardson will take the screen from Pierre, will shoot it right off the 3. That one's no good, right off the pick. 3-pointer no good as Wright will try to get Pierre slipping. As Dickerson out to Carney for 3, no good. As Dickerson got pushed on the back end, no call. Wright tried to get a steal. Over to Banks, who thought about a 3, goes right in, floats it, no good. A defensive rebound by Carney. Whipped it away from a defender as Nick DePersia back 3, yes!
Nick DePersia feeling it tonight. He is pouring it on.
Already one of the best shooters ever in Rowan history, showing it right there as the floater no good from Julius. As the Profs get a steal on the other end, Wright. Who's going to be last touch? By the Profs. Wright almost had the steal. He had to reach around. It was such a tough play, but they're going to say the last touch was Rowan.
And if you're Connor Dickerson, you have to be a little disappointed. Yeah, Ramon Wright leaking out. It would have been a one-on-one, and it would have been an easy lay for him. You got to overthrow that pass just a little bit and lead him to the basket.
50% from beyond the arc for Nick DePersia, 11 points tonight. Worthy for 3. They're going to call a foul. I believe it's going to be a moving screen away from the ball.
It's a good call, as Pierre was trying to set the screen in order to get Worthy open and knock down a 3, but didn't really set his feet, moved a little bit, and that's where you're going to get the call.
I think they're starting to realize that they should play Nick DePersia a little bit tighter, as Green will help him get to his side of the court, the Prof side of the court, as they drop off from Ramon Wright. Nick DePersia, no good. The 3-pointer, an offensive rebound by Carney off the bench, putting it in for 2.
That's already 2 big offensive rebounds from Carney in these last few minutes.
Tony for 3. Corner, no good. An offensive rebound by Pierre. 2 Profs went up, but I believe they're going to get Dickerson on the foul. How about Austin Carney, though, coming off the bench, providing great minutes and great production.
Yeah, Deontay Ba had to exit this game a little bit earlier because he was in foul trouble, and Carney's picking up right where he left off and grabbing boards and putting them back up. It's such a great ability when you can create second chance opportunities.
First one up and good. Pierre with it.
The thing about Carney, too, is he's not only good down low, he can stretch the floor and really shoot the 3-ball. He did that against Montclair State last game. So if he could do that here tonight, it's going to be a huge advantage for the Profs.
Pierre's second cashes in as well. Checking in the game, R.J. Thomas. Profs still have that lead. It's 4 points, though. I think any lead you'll take going into half.
Yeah, of course, but especially with the Gothic Knights, who can lock you down at any moment. They're a great defensive team.
Dickerson out to rob the Persian. They're going to leave him open. The 3 no good. An offensive rebound as Carney had it and quickly taken away by Banks. On the other end, Tony lost it as he was going up for either a dunk or a layup. No props were around him, and he just lost that one, Brandon.
Yeah, just totally just fell out of his hands right there and then went off his knee. It's a lucky break for the Profs because that would have been an easy 2 points.
Nick DePersia, after getting some contact, will go right through it. Back to Rob DePersia, back to Nick. Drop off to right as Nick DePersia is going to set a screen. Carney got it off of right. 11 on the shot clock. Rob DePersia working on Green as stops his dribble, kept his pivot foot. 4 on the shot clock. You need one here. Dickerson, free throw line jumper, good! How about that from Connor Dickerson as the shot clock was winding down?
He is so good from his mid-range jumper.
That's his shot as a free throw line jumper. No good by the Gothic Knights. Here comes Ramon Wright as they're going to get him for a travel. As he went to spin around, he forgot to dribble when he walked twice.
Good anticipation from Denzel Banks as he was trying to press him, jumped out in front of him a little bit, and that's what caused Ramon Wright to bring it behind his back, and that's what created the carry. So excellent defensive play by Denzel Banks right there.
2:25 to play here in this first half. A 6-point lead for the Profs. Profs have committed 10 fouls tonight already. 8 for NJCU. The Gothic Knights looking around. It's Julius now to Worthy. Worthy on Rob DePersia. A screen set and a jumper good for Denzel Banks. Back to a 4-point lead as Connor Dickerson will take things up. Dickerson gets the defender to bite as pass over to Carney, now to Wright. Under 2 minutes left as Wright, mid-ranger, no good. An offensive rebound was poked as Rob DePersia over to Dickerson, and the ball stolen away. And they read that play like a book. It's a 2-on-1 as going in. Layup no good from Green as Carney gets a rebound. And another steal. Green, no good with the 2 as going right back in. Banks gets a foul. Layup no good. I believe Banks is going to go to the line for 2.
And with these Profs, the Profs, once they grab these rebounds, they're trying to kick the ball out a little bit too quick, and that's where the Gothic Knights are reading the lane, jumping in front of the player, and grabbing these steals left and right. They did that twice in that previous sequence. And if you're the Profs players, once you grab that board, you got to secure it, kind of settle down a little bit, and then pass it out. You can't be too quick.
As a missed free throw by Banks. You only get 1 from this opportunity. And that's the first missed free throw of the game. NJCU 12 for 13. They get 12 for 14 as an 0 for 2 trip to the line by Banks. An open 3. Nick DePersia goes in and out once again.
The second in and out 3 he's had tonight.
Over to the corner, 3, no good as it's going to stay here. They're going to get Dickerson on an over the back.
It's going to be Dickerson's second foul on the night. So he didn't agree with that call, but it's probably the right call as he didn't secure the box out against the Gothic Knight. And that's where he's going to get the foul called.
2 free throws now to James Julius. Up and good. Back to a 1-possession lead with 3. Rowan has it. In for the Profs is Green, along with both of the Persias, Carney and Wright. Carney might have to be playing some great minutes too, with Ba in a little bit of foul trouble as it's going to be a lane violation.
Carney a little too antsy trying to grab that rebound. That's what's going to cause the lane violation right there.
And the free throw missed too, so another opportunity at the line for Julius. Can cut it to a 2-point lead here. He cannot as Wright grabs the rebound. Nick DePersia's going to slow things down. Give to Rob. Rob's going to cross half court. 1 minute left here in this first half. Nick DePersia takes a screen. Right back to Nick DePersia. Persia working the high key for 3. No good. As a 3-on-2, here come the Gothic Knights. They're going to slow things up as Worthy. Now going to drive right in on Matt Green. It's punched away. And here comes Wright. A breakaway dunk! Slamming it in with authority. As a steal almost by Rob DePersia, as they're going to call a foul. That's his first. He doesn't like it. 32.5 left in the first half.
You know, if I'm the Profs, I like that foul by Rob DePersia. He was trying to create a steal. He had no fouls on the night, so it's not a bad thing. Only picking up your first foul with only 32 seconds left in this first half.
First one up and good. Worthy at the line. Worthy, Banks, Julius and Brutus. Excuse me, Green out there as the second free throw attempt, no good. Shot clock not unplugged yet, about a second and a half difference between shot clock and game clock. Rob DePersia, this might be the last shot too. Rob DePersia trying to dribble around, trying to spin move away from a defender. Takes a screen from his brother. Free throw line jumper, no good. Carney tried to get the offensive rebound. 2 in the shot clock. Heave down court, no good. And that will do it for first half action. Feel like we got to take a big breath after that one.
Yeah, a lot of things happened that first half. High energy from both teams. They came out onto the court ready to play. This is the finals, so of course they're going to give it their all.
"20 minutes left. The last half of basketball. One team wins it all, one team doesn't. NJCU will start the second half with the ball, and here we go. NJCU going from right to left as a block from Ba to start the second half. We'll give the ball right back to the Profs. Here's Curry commanding the floor. Connect the Persia to right and back to Curry. Curry to right. On the far wing. Got it poked away by Worthy. They're out on the floor along with, for the Gothic Knights, Worthy, Julius, Brutus, Richardson, and Tony. Rob DePersia goes in. No bucket. He did put up a shot. Will be a foul. An early foul for the Gothic Knights. Only got 30 seconds in. Ba to the outside. Nick DePersia had some space. Got the defender to go as Nick DePersia might have got his shot blocked. Got a piece of it, tiny piece. Looked like by Brutus. Here come the Gothic Knights. They stop at the right beyond the arc. They throw it inside the Brutus. Brutus working Ba. Ba got him off his feet, and he puts it up and in for 2.
That is an absolute great move by Brutus right there as he got Ba in the air with the pump fake, pivoted on his foot, and put the layup in.
Curry will take a screen from Ba, right, will drive in. And he puts it up, puts it in for 2. That length as he put it up, got around the defender and put it in. Drop-off pass, thought about it. Great pass from Worthy to get around the defender. Sam Toney with the missed layup. Rebounded by Ba. Here comes Curry with it. Curry's going to drive right in after the Euro step. And open Nick to Persia. You can't leave him open, Brandon. Three-pointer good.
Absolutely cannot leave him open, but what a great pass from Curry as he took it up the floor.
Shot no good by the Gothic Knights. A 3 as Toney takes away the defensive rebound from Wright as he falls to the floor. Puts it up and in. 43-38. Profs have the lead. 5-point lead in this game as Rob DePersia look around, throw it inside the Ba as his pass was blocked out of bounds. Will remain with the Profs. The largest lead has been 7 for the Profs. 43-38. Rob DePersia will drive baseline. Kicks the Ba. Easy 2 points. He made it look easy. That size didn't need to go far from his hand to the bucket.
Beautiful pass by the Persia as he went baseline, drew the defenders, and had the Ba right open under the basket.
Shot no good. Rebound by Wright. Back out to Rob DePersia, getting up court to Curry quickly. Stopping behind the three-point attempt, and he said he goes right inside for 2. Puts it in for the Profs. It's a 9-point lead for Rowan. Here in the NJAC Championship game, a full timeout. We're going to take a quick step off. We'll be right back here on Rowan Radio.
Possible in part by Barnes & Noble, the official bookstore for Rowan University. Located at 201 Rowan Boulevard, Barnes & Noble is your #1 choice for Profs gear, as well as a wide assortment of gifts, accessories, and sportswear. The bookstore is open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., Saturday from 10 to 6, and Sunday, 10 until 6 p.m. The Starbucks Cafe opens 8 a.m. Monday through Friday, and at 10 a.m. on Saturdays and Sundays. For more information, their website is rowanbookstore.bncollege.com. The Barnes & Noble Bookstore is proud to be a supporter of Rowan Radio, 89.7 WGLS FM.
Hey, it's Lexi Bodner from the Early Bird Special, Wednesday mornings at 7 a.m. And now, back to the game.
Rowan Radio 89.7 WGLS FM. Joe Stoppenberger here alongside Brandon Herson, 47-38. Brandon, a 9-point lead for the Profs, all because of the great play from Rob DePersia and the court vision to get it up to Curry quickly.
And one of the things about that is that Curry only played 6 minutes in that first half and has already made a huge impact in the second half.
Fresh body out there, and DaRon Curry has 2 points are put in for the Gothic Knights. James Richardson with the bucket. Profs get it over to Rob DePersia.
Stepped out of bounds, I believe.
Was on the far court, tough to see. Rob DePersia steps out, gives it right back to the Gothic Knights. Worthy will give it off as another pass to Pierre. No good. Rebound by Wright. Couple of forced opportunities, but not on that one. An open Pierre as Curry open for 3. No good. An offensive rebound by Ba. He had a tip on it. A back out to Rob DePersia pass as Curry now will drive in. Out to Rob DePersia as things will set back up. 18 on the shot clock. Wright will drive in. The bucket is good, but it's going to be a foul on the floor.
Probably should have counted as Wright never put the ball back down on the ground, was already in the process of taking his 2 steps towards the basket. Nevertheless, the call is going to be on the floor.
Backdoor pass to Curry. Wright thought about a 3. Instead, he's going to hand it off to Nick DePersia, who goes in. Back out to his brother Rob on the outside. Drives in a free throw. Big pass to Ba. Back out to Rob DePersia for three. No good. Can't roll in. Approaching 16 minutes left to go here in the second half. 4 minutes elapsed. On the floor for the Gothic Knights, Worthy, Julius, Brutus, Richardson, and Pierre. Profs, both of the Persias, Ba, Wright, and Curry as going inside. No good. Great defense there by Rowan. Brutus tried to put up a shot. Handoff pass, Nick DePersia back to Rob, to Curry. Thought about a three. Here's the defender trying to get it off his feet. Rob DePersia, the three, but they're going to call a charge.
Worthy stepped out in front there, set his feet, and drew the contact from Curry. Takes a lot of guts when you're trying to draw a charge, because certainly going to hurt when you have a player running full speed at you into your body. Great defensive play by Worthy right there.
First foul of the second half for Rowan. That's the Curry's third foul. Even dangerously out there with three. Pierre is working on Ba on the outside as Rob DePersia goes in, tries to go in for a steal, gets knocked to the ground. Worthy had an open three instead, elects to pass it off as Julius goes in for the layup. The foul occurred on the floor. That'll be number 2 for the half. Quickly. Foul called on Rob DePersia. Pass outside, the shot clock reset to 20. Julius to Worthy. Nick DePersia's on him, one-on-one as he backs up. Now he goes right in. Stops at the free throw line, trying to get Nick DePersia off his feet. One on the shot clock. Circus shot, no good, but they're going to say a shot clock violation. And Rowan takes possession.
Great defense by Rob DePersia right there, forcing Worthy to chuck up a shot with a second expiring on the shot clock. And the reason it's going to be a violation is because the ball never hit the rim, only hit the backboard, and that's why you have the shot clock violation.
Austin Carney comes in. Carney playing big minutes off the bench. Out there, Curry, both of the Persians, Wright and Carney. Curry driving into an open paint. Got fouled, will head to the line for 2.
Deceptive move by Curry because he is a lefty, but he drew to the right side of the basket, leaned his shoulder into the Gothic Knight defender right there, and was able to put up a shot and drew the foul. Curry's also an excellent free throw shooter.
Curry, first free throw up and good for the senior guard from Deptford, New Jersey. Little reminder, once again, Profs have not won an NJAC since 1999. It's been 20 years as Curry misses the second. Bringing it up, Richardson, still a lot of time on the clock as Richardson going up and under the defender, kissing it off the glass, and that one's good. Wright trying to get across, he does. As he's going to go baseline, no good. Curry was in the perfect position to grab an offensive rebound, couldn't. Stolen away by Rob DePersia. Here he goes, it's a 2-on-1. Alley-oop, up and in by Ramon Wright.
Beautiful court vision from DePersia right there.
As Nick DePersia blocking the shot, didn't even leave the hands of Denzel Banks. I'm going to say last touch by Nick DePersia, and I don't know how that's possible, because Banks, the way that he was going, was the way that the ball went out of bounds. I'm going to say last touch, though, by Rowan, as the outside, Richardson. Over to Worthy for a mid-range shot, good. As Ramon Wright will bring it up. 50-44, 13:45 left to go. Inside, Carney, open, good!
What a pass by the big man of Ramon Wright. Saw Carney cutting. Carney knew the defender was behind his back, and
then one opportunity. They're getting fouled. Richardson will head to the line.
Profs didn't get back quick enough on that last play.
As Coach Joe Crispin will call a timeout.
That's a good timeout from Coach Crispin. As he's probably a little angry that his team didn't get back on defense, especially after a beautiful play by Carney, who, as I mentioned, knew the defender was coming behind him, pump faked, and then put up a little finger roll.
Quick break, and we'll be right back right here on Rowan Radio 89.7 WGLS FM. Profs 52, NJCU 46.
South Jersey Gas is a proud sponsor of Rowan Radio 89.7 WGLS FM. South Jersey Gas wants to remind listeners how to detect a natural gas leak. If you see blowing dirt or bubbling water, hear a hissing or a roaring sound, or smell the odor of rotten eggs, you could be in the presence of a leak. Visit southjerseygas.com/safety for more natural gas safety tips. Your safety is our priority.
Hey, this is Luke Driscoll from the Rock and Roll Jamboree, heard Saturdays from 12 to 2 p.m. only on Rowan Radio 89.7 WGLS FM. And now, let's head back to the game.
Rowan Radio 89.7 WGLS FM, 52-46. Profs have that 6-point lead, but the Gothic Knights will head to the line for an and one opportunity to nail a free throw. 13:35 left to go here in regulation. Granted, we knew that this game would be back and forth, but the Profs, again, still having a little bit of a cushion. Not big, but a little bit of a cushion, and we're getting close to halfway through this second half.
Yeah, and the Gothic Knights will just not go away. And what's really holding them back right now is that in their last 7 3-point attempts, they are only 1 of 7, so they're struggling a little bit here on offense. But as we mentioned, they are a great defensive team, and they are relying on that right now to keep them in the game.
And one opportunity good from James Richardson. Connor Dickerson, Ramon Wright, both the Persias and Carney for the Profs. Inside the Carney once again. Ramon Wright tried to get it there. Going inside, Banks got it over Wright's hands, and the defensive rebound comes down to him. Rob the Persia pushing his team, telling him to go to open spots as Carney with a screen. And inside an open paint, and he dunks it, but he missed it. To 2-on-2. Richardson fighting off, Wright gets the and one. It's now to a 3-point game. Could be a 2-point game with a made layup or made free throw.
And if you're Carney on that last play, you can't be trying to pull off a dunk mid-game like that. Of course, he does have dunking ability, but he's not. That's not his strongest, characteristic of him on the court. He's got to put up a simple layup and just keep improving on this lead.
Richardson at the line for chance for one more to make it and one. Back to back. Yes. 2-point game. Curry will check in. NJCU fans rising. We're in Coach Charlie Brown court. John J. Moore Athletic and Fitness Center as the double team with a full court press now on for the Gothic Knights on the Profs as they find Dickerson driving baseline. A chance to tie it up here with this possession. 12:45 left to go. Profs 52, NJCU 50. 20 on the shot clock.
I think the crowd noise is getting to the Profs here a little bit.
Richardson going to take Dickerson one-on-one. Pass out for 3. That one no good. Offensive rebound as Tony knocked Rob the Persia out of the way for the ball, but they say last touch by the Profs, and it's a fresh 30 as well. Inbounding at Banks to Worthy. Worthy over to Richardson's going to drive in and kick out. 3-pointer good. James Julius nails it. 1-point lead for NJCU. A swing of events as Wright got fouled going up for a layup.
Monroy trying to push the action right there. Gets the foul call. He tried to dunk it, but of course, the Gothic Knight defender came across his hand. I believe it's going to be a timeout called right here.
I believe it's going to be by NJCU. It's a full timeout. No step off. 12-10 left to go in the second half. Rowan down one, but Wright will head to the line. Try to put them up again. This is Rowan Radio 89.7 WGLS FM. Coverage of Prof Sports on WGLS FM is made possible in part by Landmark Americana. Located on 1 Mullica Hill Road in Glassboro, New Jersey, Landmark Americana provides a variety of dining options, including burgers, wings, ribs, and more. For more information, the number is 856-863-6600, and the website is landmarkamericana.com. Landmark Americana is proud to support Prof Sports on Rowan Radio 89.7 WGLS FM.
Hey, it's Alex Can, and you can listen to me on Mondays 6 to 8 on Pop Flavor. Now let's get back to the game.
Rowan Radio 89.7 WGLS FM, a 9-0 run puts the Gothic Knights up 1. They're in Jersey City, New Jersey, as Ramon Wright will head to the line for 2 opportunities. This is Rowan Radio 89.7 WGLS FM. Joe Stoppenberg alongside Brandon Hurst and Gary Erdely in the WGLS studio. Back in Glassboro. 12 minutes, 10 seconds left in the second half. For the Profs, it's Carney, Curry, Rob DePersia, Wright, and Dickerson. Wright will head to the line to shoot 2. On the court for the Gothic Knights, Worthy, Julius, Richardson, Tony, and Banks, as Wright misses the first free throw. And he was practicing before the game. NJCU fans were hearing it every time he missed it, and he heard it right from them this time.
NJCU fans are really, really loud right now, and that can get into the heads of the Profs here, but they just got to ignore the try to ignore the noise at least.
Wright shushes them with a made free throw, all knotted up at 53. Profs slipping inside with the points category. We know for a fact this team can put it up, but only having 53, getting close to the halfway mark of the second half, not a good thing. Going right in on Curry was Banks. He put it in. Dickerson driving up court as it's stolen away from behind. Banks spinning around Rob DePersia as Worthy will hold things up and reset. Profs heading a little bit too quick, and nobody letting Dickerson know he was coming from behind. Tony, with a Banks, gets Dickerson behind the play. Almost another and one there, but 2 free throws are awarded to the Gothic Knights after Dickerson's foul.
The Profs are a little rattled right now, especially Connor Dickerson, who just had that turnover right there in the Profs have 17 turnovers on the night, and as we said, coming into the second half, they have to limit the turnovers, and so far they have 5 already, so they just really need to slow things down. When you're playing into the NJCU's hands by pressing it and, playing at a quicker pace, it's what they love to do.
At the line, Banks. That's the first one. 3-point game. Back and forth affair. NJCU 14. They get 15 now. Last 3 minutes, the Profs only had 3 points on the board. Matt Green goes one-on-one, takes a screen from Carney. Matt Green's going to drive in, floater, no good. An offensive rebound by Carney, and he got his shot blocked, and before the breakaway, it was a foul on Carney. It's going to stay in Prof territory, Prof court, as Carney will head to the line for 2.
One of the Gothic Knights did get a clean block. That was negated by the contact when Carney was on the way up.
Carney at the line, shoots 2. First one up, and that one's in. Back to a 3-point game.
Kearney is a 72% free throw shooter on the season. Knocked down the first one right there.
Kearney's up and Kearney's good. 2 for 2 from the line. That's what you're going to get every time from Austin Kearney. It's back to a 2-point game. Under 11 minutes left to play. In the second half, 57-55, NJCU. Over to Brutus. Goes out of bounds. Couldn't control that pass. I think that one goes on just the defense of Rowan. As Matt Green gets tripped up. Well, he got a little push from Banks. As Route to Persia having some trouble getting it across court. Gives it to Curry as nobody's around him. He's going to drive, bucket, and get the layup. Tie ball game again.
Curry has had a huge impact in this second half. He already has 5 points so far.
Tony now with the ball in his hands. He's going to pass to Brutus. Turnaround jumper good on Kearney. Outmatching Kearney there on that pass, or on that shot. Getting it in for 2 gives the Gothic Knights a 2-point lead once again. Curry with the Euro step floater, good!
Curry starting to take over here a little bit like he did against Montclair State.
I think that's what you might need in this one. Somebody to step up, and that person might be Curry, excuse me, as a foul will be called. And I'm not too sure where that foul was.
Me neither.
And I don't think Joe Crispin knows either. He has his hands up, kind of like the Michael Jordan, like, I don't know. Because he doesn't know. He doesn't know either. I'm surprised he's not over there asking for an explanation. But a foul will be called. That's Rowan's 6th of the half. Green will drive in on Curry, drive baseline. Very late foul. But Green's going to head to the line for 2. As a technical foul is just assessed to head coach Joe Crispin. Joe Crispin needs to stay to his bench. It's a full timeout. Another step off, and we'll be right back. This is Rowan Radio 89.7 WGLS FM.
WGLS programming is made possible in part by the Rowan University Alumni Association, proud to serve over 80,000 alumni through exciting events and programs, the Rowan Magazine, and special alumni benefits and discounts. The Alumni Association provides Rowan alumni with numerous opportunities to stay connected to their alma mater year-round. Alumni are encouraged to check out the website for a list of exciting upcoming events and programs. For more information, the website is alumni.rowan.edu. The Rowan University Alumni Association is proud to sponsor the programming on Rowan Radio. Hey, it's Lee Kirshner from the 80s Arcade, Saturday mornings from 10 till noon, only on Rowan Radio 89.7 WGLS FM. And now, let's get back to the game.
Now down to 9 minutes and 45 seconds. In the second half, 59 all. Joe Stauffenberg here alongside Brandon Herson for 89.7 WGLS FM. Brandon, it's Profs fought back to a tie game, down by 4 the last couple of minutes. Fought back, foul on the baseline. Coach Crispin arguing, assessed the technical, and now LeVron Green will shoot 2.
It was such a close game, 59-59. If you're head coach Crispin, even though you're frustrated with these calls, you can't let that take over you and get the technical foul right there as he knocks down the first one. You're just allowing the Gothic Knights to put easy points on the board and increase the lead.
1 on it, and 2 as well. Green, they're saying it's 2 shots at the line, 2 more. Green up and Green good. Does lead the team in free throw percentage.
Those are 2 technical fouls, probably.
I think when there's a foul, when it's fouled, and there's just a technical, they get 4 shots with nobody around them, and then they get the possession right back.
That makes a lot more sense.
As the Gothic Knights will still have the possession. Coach Crispin going back to the referees, asking for an explanation. Green, both of the Persia's ball and right for the Profs. For the Gothic Knights, Worthy, Brutus, Richardson, Tony, and Green. Over Green. Nick DePersia got him leaning as they're going to kick out for 3. That one's no good. An offensive rebound from Brutus to Worthy. As now they recontrol possession.
Brutus has really been killing him on the glass in these last few minutes.
Richardson taking Green one-on-one, will drive right in. Floater no good. And a rebound by Green. Slowing things up where the Profs is right. Pass out to Rob DePersia. Takes a screen from Ba. Rob DePersia to right. Thought about a 3. Instead will drive in. As a fadeaway jumper will roll around and in. Profs, once again, behind by only 2. 8:45 left to go in the second half. 63-61, NJCU has the lead. The Gothic Knights, last time they won the NJAC, 2011. Last time the Profs have won it, 1999. Profs go for their 11th NJAC as a steal by Rob DePersia. As he gets to the court, slows things up, gets it to right. Back to DePersia for the lead. Yes! 64-63, Rowan takes the lead right back.
Ramon Wright with his great presence down low, had 2 defenders on him and left Rob DePersia wide open.
That's the defense that's going to be drawn by big man Ramon Wright. Gave an opportunity for Rob DePersia, an opportunity for NJCU, and that's a 3. 2-point lead goes right back to NJCU. NJAC Championship final. Rob DePersia out to Green, but not enough on that pass. It's stolen away. Green goes in, try to block it, but a foul will be called. Layup was no good.
Same thing that happened for the Profs when they had Ramon Wright down low, drove the 2 defenders. Same thing just happened for the Gothic Knights right there, as they drew 2 defenders and left Worthy wide open in the corner, and he knocked down the 3 to give him a 2-point lead.
66-64. 7:40. The Gothic Knights shooting 2. James Richardson at the line. First one up and first one good. 3-point lead. Brandon, still a whole bunch of time left though.
Yeah, and what I'm looking at right here is Richardson's having a huge night. And with all this time left, he can definitely add to that. He already has 16 points on the night. He's 3 of 3 from the free throw line.
I get 4 for 4 with that. The Profs the Gothic Knights are going to cash in at the free throw line. They leave Green open on the bucket, as going up for it was Baugh trying to put the second chance opportunity in. He got fouled. Green with a fake pass to him. Drew the defense. Tried to put up a floater. No good. As it's actually going to be a foul committed on the floor, not the shot. Rob DePersia will inbound. You really think your high-energy player is going to be the one taking the inbound, but instead, the inbound pass to Baugh is blocked away by NJCU. They had an argument for it. Rob DePersia inbounds it to Nick. He got right in front of the student section, screaming in his ear, saying, keep it up. Still have an opportunity to try to take this lead, as they're going to call a jump ball. as it will stay with the Profs.
If you're the Profs here, you want to try to get Nick DePersia going. When he's going, they can really come back in games or pour on the lead, so maybe try to set some screens for him and get him open.
5 on the shot clock. Nick DePersia sees it winding down. He takes a screen for Ba, loses it as they're going to call a shot clock violation that stops the clock. End the play. And that's honestly the best thing that Nick DePersia could have done, was just keep it out of the arms of NJCU to force a stoppage of play.
Yeah, because if he didn't, then they would have had a 2-on-1 fast break and almost a guaranteed 2 points to even more increase this lead for the Gothic Knights. So smart play by Nick DePersia.
Still plenty of time left, 7-11 on the clock left to go here in the second half. 68-65. NJCU has it over the Profs. Ramon Wright playing some defense there on Julius. Richardson going one-on-one with Green. Takes a screen. Takes another one from Julius as Ramon Wright might have got a fingertip on it as Green pokes it ahead. It's a 2-on-1, now 2-on-2 as Nick DePersia. Open three! No good. Would have got the Profs right back into it, but you need to do it on another possession, but you need good defense first. Worthy, drop off pass to Richardson. Richardson's gonna hold, waste some clock, 10 on the shot clock. He's going one-on-one with Nick DePersia, screen from Brutus. That could have been a moving screen, but instead a missed elbow jumper, no good. And a rebound by Nick DePersia. He's going to put the team on his back. Go inside for the layup.
That's what makes it so hard to guard Nick DePersia, because he can certainly pull it from outside. So you have to be worrying about that, but he takes it in for the easy two.
Only 6 foot, but very lengthy is the guard, the senior guard from Cherry Hill, as Brutus will go up and Julius puts the put back in for 2 as up ahead. Nick DePersia, quick play and blocked away for Brutus. Telling Nick DePersia to get it out of here.
Brutus is having a huge second half, has 8 points, 5 rebounds on the night, and he adds a block right there. He's had a huge presence, especially down low.
Only took 2 seconds to get down court. The shot was blocked as Rob DePersia, 3, no good. And couldn't get the offensive rebound. I think right now, too, you got to start crashing the boards just a little bit more. They're putting a lot of their players on the outside after a shot. When a shot goes up, you better be going in. As couldn't get the friendly roll, Wright grabs the rebound. Wright to Rob DePersia, to Nick DePersia, corner 3, yes! 1 point game.
Big time shot from Nick DePersia right there. Brings them back in the game, and a great look from Rob DePersia. Drew the defender and found his brother open in the corner.
5 minutes left in the NJAC Championship final. Profs down 1. They're going to call a defensive foul. I think a screen, or it's going to be a push. The player who's set.
Kind of hard to believe there, as you have a 6-foot Nick DePersia taking down a 6'5", 220 Brutus. So, kind of hard to believe right there. Maybe would have sold the play a little bit.
Nick DePersia's got to be careful. It's number 4.
And you can't have him fouling out, because he is your main offensive tool for the Profs. And if he fouls out, then you're going to have to look somewhere else. There are other players that can certainly do that, but Nick DePersia just brings such a great dynamic to this lineup.
First free throw good for Brutus. 19 points for Nick DePersia. Second free throw good as well. It's a 3-point game. Coming into the game, NJAC Player of the Year, Sam Toney. Only down 3. Nick DePersia got the inbound from Wright. 25 on the shot clock. A screen for Carney. Wright will head into the bucket. Drop off to Carney. They're going to call an offensive foul. I don't believe it.
Gothic Knights are getting a lot of calls coming here in these last few minutes, and the Profs are really, really frustrated.
Timeout called by the Profs, down 3. 30-second timeout. NJCU 72, Rowan 69. 4:42 left to play in this second half, and I think we got to start maybe looking at other players if either if Curry or Nick DePersia foul out. Both of them have 4. Both are crucial for this team. Who steps up now?
Well, it would have to be your other senior on the team, and Rob DePersia. He only has 2 fouls, and of course he can get it going, but he doesn't really need the score to get this Profs team going. He can do it in many other ways, including with his great passing ability, but he can also rely on his scoring. He likes to drive into the paint a lot and pick up those fouls, which would certainly help the Profs team, as not only can you add points to your scoreboard, but it also stops the clock, and would really allow Profs to get things going.
Ramon Wright has left the court once. It was for a free throw opportunity. Ramon Wright, 35 minutes in tonight's game. Shooting 7 for 12, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks, and a steal. Rob DePersia, 3 steals, 5 assists tonight. 4:40 remaining in the second half. Once again, the NJAC on the line tonight as a moving screen. That's a good call. There was no way that Nick DePersia was right in front of the offensive player and is just going to run back.
Yeah, Julius got a little bit ahead of himself as he tried cutting to the basket, but ran into Nick DePersia on the way there and pushed him back at least a couple feet.
Solomon Pierre checks in now for the Knights. Ramon Wright to Curry. It's Wright, Curry. Both the DePersias and Carney. Takes a screen from Carney. Curry to Wright, now back to Curry. He's going to drive in, swat it away. 14 on the shot clock still.
That one was swatted away by your NJAC Player of the Year, Tony.
As Nick DePersia gets the inbound pass. Wright with 10 on the shot clock. Takes a screen from Carney. Just inside the three-point arc, gets it out to Curry. Curry's going to back his defender. A long 3. That one airballs as Carney tries to save it, but it touched just out of bounds. And we'll give NJCU the ball right back.
And although the Gothic Knights have really dominated this second half, it's still only a 3-point game, and with 4 minutes left to play, the Profs can certainly get into a little rhythm here.
Under 4 minutes left to play in the NJAC Championship final. 3:44 left to play. It's going to be Green calling out a play. Stops. 3. Good. Hurting the Profs there as the shooting is just, when it rains, it pours, Brandon. Rob DePersia to Wright. Wright will start to drive in, kick out to Rob DePersia. To Nick DePersia. Takes a screen from Carney. Thought about a 3. To Rob DePersia. He drives in, loses the ball, and gave it right to Worthy, but they're going to call a foul.
And you mentioned, Joe, when it rains, it pours. The Gothic Knights are 3 of their last 4 under 3-point attempts, so they are certainly pouring it in right here. And if you're the Profs, you have to start stepping out to them on the perimeter.
Rob DePersia to the line for a 1-and-1. Rob DePersia at the line, leading the Profs in free throw percentage on the year. First one drops. Big shot there. Cuts it to a 5-point deficit. Could cut it to a 4 with a made free throw here. Just over 3 minutes left to play in the second half. The NJAC on the line. 4-point game as Rob DePersia nails it. Bringing it up is Worthy. As a timeout is called by Mark Brown. It'll be a full timeout. One more step off. And we have the last 3 minutes here on Rowan Radio 89.7 WGLS FM. Don't go anywhere.
WGLS-FM programming is made possible in part by Inspira Health. Inspira Health brings advanced care to South Jersey with more than 150 locations. At 200 Rowan Boulevard, Inspira offers urgent care from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week. Imaging and primary care are also right here on campus. There is now a downloadable My Inspira app to get in line for urgent care before you get there. For more information, the website is inspirahealthnetwork.org. Inspira Health is a proud supporter of Rowan Radio, 89.7 WGLS-FM.
Hey, I'm Sarah Camp from Fireside Rock every Tuesday from 8 to 10 p.m. And now let's get back to the game.
3:01 left to play here in the second half. Profs are down by 4. Not only was it the timeout good for the Gothic Knights, but it was also good for Rowan. The ability to give the starters a little bit of a rest before going back out on the court. 75-71. Rowan is down as NJCU will have it. 22 on the shot clock. And Brandon, time is starting to be a factor here.
Yes, certainly. The Profs need to get things going in a hurry. Down by 4. You want to look to your senior leaders in DaRon Curry and Nick DePersia to really get that offense going.
Worthy takes the inbound. DePersia playing on him. Tony over to Richardson. Richardson to Banks. Banks looking inside for Tony. Couldn't find him. 9 on the shot clock. Going to be Green. Green taking Curry one-on-one as Wright gets a steal. Here goes Curry. It's a 3-on-1. What is he going to do? Goes right in, gets the layup for 2. It's a 2-point game.
Exactly what they needed. Great anticipation by Ramon Wright to read that dribble move and get the pickpocket.
Worthy to Richardson. Wasting a lot of time, and that's all that NJCU needs to do right now. Going in on Nick DePersia. Got him a little bit leaning as the shot no good. Rebound by Rob DePersia. Dribble hop step as he's going to go drive in. Carney for 3. That one's no good. And I don't know about that shot, Brandon, with 2 minutes left.
Yeah, Carney definitely a good three-point shooter, but you know, you're only down by 2. You don't necessarily need a 3 right there.
Worthy dribbling around. Wasting clock again as Rob DePersia's on him. And a wide open 3 there. Instead, he's going to elect to keep it out, not even go to the paint. This time, Richardson will just out of reach of Ramon Wright inside the Curry. Curry will cross half court, takes a screen. Inside the Carney, puts it up and puts it in for 2.
Great roll by Carney right there as he set the screen and then slipped down low, and a beautiful pass by Curry, who is certainly capable of always setting up his teammates for the best chance for them to score.
Timeout called by Rowan. We're keeping here. 1:20 on the clock. Brandon, it's unbelievable to think that after this 1 minute and 20 seconds, they're going to have a new NJAC champion. It's either going to be NJCU or it's going to be Rowan.
Yeah, and if Rowan wants to be the NJAC champion, they're going to really need to lock down in this next possession. You know, they're going to need to really buckle down and then have to score on offense. And they don't really need a 3 if they can stop the Gothic Knights. They can simply just tie the game.
Second half, there's 1 minute and 20 seconds left. I mean, I think right now it's just no more, you can't foul.
Yeah, you definitely can't foul.
Especially when they make free throws like they are.
Yeah, and especially you can't let Nick the Persia foul, because if he gets another foul or DaRon Curry gets another foul, they foul out of the game, and that would be a huge loss for the Profs, especially at that point when you would be trailing and you need to put points on the board, and those are your best two scorers.
2-point game. The Gothic Knights up 2. Not just the NJAC Championship on the line. Not just the NCAA tournament bound on the line. But also you get a nice t-shirt with it.
Yeah, definitely get a nice t-shirt. You know, that's probably one of their goals heading into the season. You know, they want that t-shirt.
If it was at Rowan, probably be streaming We Want t-shirts right now.
Yeah, definitely.
77-75, 1:20 remaining. NJCU inbounding it, bringing it up. Worthy, wasting clock. With 20 on the shot clock, will take Rob DePersia. The defense is Tony, gonna load up for 3. That one rims in and out. A missed 3 there as Curry will dribble past half court. He's gonna go in, Euro step and good! Tie ball game! DaRon Curry putting it in for 2, under a minute left. Here in Jersey City, the crowd rising. The last 45 seconds left. The NJAC on the line. Worthy got Green leaning as going in a block. Rowan has it. 33 seconds left. Both teams with 1 timeout. Curry telling Rob DePersia to go. 77 all. NJAC on the line. Curry wasting time.
Smart play by Curry to waste the time.
10 on the shot clock. He's going to think about going in. Loses the ball. 3 from Green. Yes! Green nailed it! Green nailed it! 9 seconds left. He goes. A timeout is called by New Jersey City. Matt Green nails the 3 to put the Profs up 3 with 7.8 left.
Matt Green showing off his clutch gene in his body, simply pulls up from deep and knocks down the 3 ball. What guts by Matt Green right there. Wow.
Unbelievable. Matt Green, a transfer from Camden County College, puts the Profs up 3.
And he was in there for defensive purposes, but he gets the stop there, and then he comes back on the other end and just nails the 3. Wow, what a great substitution by head coach Joe Crispin right there. Wow.
Shooter's gonna shoot, Brandon.
Shooters are going to shoot. They will never fail to pull up.
NJCU can only put it in the overtime. Bearing anything else, I'm not going to say it.
They, of course, want to avoid the foul on the three-point shot. You would almost think that the Gothic Knights are for sure going to take a 3 with only 7 seconds left, and you would have to think that they're going to give the ball to their best player in Sam Toney. We've mentioned all day that he was the NJAC Player of the Year, so you almost have to think that they're going to try to set something up for him here.
He's 1 for 4 from beyond the arc today. Going out for Rowan. Matt Green, the DePersia's right. Curry, the last 7.8. And NJAC on the line. NJCU has it. The crowd still on their feet. No one is standing. No one is sitting. Rob DePersia playing defense. They get it inside. Give to Worthy. He lost it. You thought about giving it to Tony. He takes it. He missed it. And that's the game. And that's the game. Rowan has gone to Jersey City and has upset the #1 seed for the NJAC title.
The Profs are the NJAC champions for the first time since 1999, and they're going to bring that championship home back to SB Gym.
No more 20 years. 2019 is the year of the Profs. 80-77 your final. As the NJAC champions coming over, celebrating with their fan section as they go on to defeat NJCU 80-77.
With tonight's 80-77 victory, Rowan University has clinched the 2018-19 NJCU Athletics Conference and Basketball Championship. We are presenting the championship award. It's very small as the nature of the University Athletic Conference, consisting of the Assistant Commissioner, Michelle Serenian. At this time, we ask all
So they'll have some photos taken right now, Rowan, and head coach Joe Crispin, their 11th NJAC title, first one in 20 years since 1999, and a well-deserved 5-0 run down the stretch, being down by 2 to win this one, courtesy of Matt Green game-winning three-pointer. And your final thoughts here, Pete?
John, it was great working with you the past couple games, and I just hope that NJCU gets a nice little slot in the tournament, and they make a little run here. They got the talent, and you got to think of this. This team is never going to play together ever again with these group of guys. So they want it to last as much as possible. They enjoy playing with each other. So if you have an opportunity to play in the postseason, you want to make it last as long as possible. So I would just say to them, give it all you got when you're in postseason play, and make the most of every game, because you don't have that many left as a core group together.
Well, still for these seniors, it was a great season. They'll finish 20-7. They did win the regular season title. However, again, they were dead set on going to the NCAAs further than last year, and obviously, trying to avenge what happened with William Paterson early in the playoffs. They got to the final. We're up by 2. And it's all about, this, in those big-time games, who knocks down shots. NJCU knocked down a ton in the second half, though, Pete. You can't take that away from them.
No, you can't. And, Rowan, they didn't shoot that three ball as much in the second half, but it was about quality, not quantity, and they hit some really big shots. And they limited their turnovers, after the first 5 minutes of the second half. They kind of limited them, and made NJCU make some turnovers and miss some shots.
Well, it was fun working with you, Pete, and hopefully we'll get a chance to do it next year. I hope so, and good luck to you in your high school tournament, because that's coming up. You're in the Hudson County playoffs, right?
Actually, we're in the championship game tomorrow.
Good, and who do you have?
Lincoln High School.
Oh, tough one.
Well,
talk about gritty.
The hardest thing about that is going to be beating them for the third time this season.
Yeah,
that's the rock, paper, scissors.
You always wonder that third matchup. I think both these teams really knew what to expect, and Rowan takes this one. I want to give a special thanks to all the Rowan Sports Information staff. Both games getting me ready. Great operation that you run there, including the information on head coach Joe Crispin, and he gets them their first title in 20 years, their 11th overall, as they deny NJCU their 13th title. And I want to give a special thanks all season for bringing me on soccer, and especially for basketball, our SID Ira Thor, AD Sean Tucker, and all the help we've gotten here at NJCU during a very exciting 2018-2019 athletics season. Well, that's it for basketball. Baseball will be in the spring, and maybe I'll be back on, but Ira will be with you, maybe starting up in Florida. So congratulations to Rowan as they win their 11th NJAC title on a 5-0 run with a game-winning three-pointer by the man helping cut down the net in Matt Green right there in your screen. For my producer and director, Paul Tanaselli, Pete Vincent, I'm John Kelly Jr. We're signing off. Congratulations, Rowan wins this one 80-77, their 11th NJAC title. We'll go off the air and you can watch the net cutting ceremony in your screen. Have a good evening.